Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session, Raising Funds and Awareness in a Virtual World. Today, we're going to talk to you about the importance of virtual fundraising. My name is Amber Denton, and I'm representing NBIA Disorders Association. I have a daughter named Sydney, and she's 7 years old, and she has BPAN. I am on the Board of Trustees for NBIA Disorders Association, and I am also the chair of the Development Committee for our organization.
And I'm Allison DePert with the NADCure Foundation, and I've been in the nonprofit sector about 20 years. I've worked with a host of different organizations, from community-based to national and international organizations, on building out their fundraising goal and increasing organizational capacity.
Hi, I'm Emily Steckler, representing Bizu for Leo today. I am the co-founder and creative director. This is actually my first foray into the nonprofit world, but I have experience in marketing and publicity.
So why is virtual fundraising important? I know that we've all been thrust into this virtual world that we're currently living in, and being from nonprofits, that really did create a big problem for us. We all are so dependent on funds for our organization, and we really had to focus on the virtual aspect whenever our in-person meetings really did come to a halt. So virtual fundraising, we found, is very important because it really does connect us to families all around the world, not just within our community. We're able to reach larger audiences, and we were really able to thrive in the midst of a global pandemic. The goals for our presentation today are for you to be able to develop a toolbox of ways to connect virtually and to understand how to start or even strengthen your virtual fundraising and your awareness activities that you already have in place.
And so today we're going to start with a platform that is great for fundraising and for raising awareness. And it's something that you probably use every day, which is social media. And there are lots of benefits to start your fundraising on social media. One of which is you're most likely pretty familiar on how to use your social media accounts. You're probably reaching people and your friends and family around the world every day, just sharing information about your own life. But you can harness that and use it to raise awareness and fundraising for the cause. So if you could just forward, Amber. We're going to start talking about Facebook. So here you see the two Facebook banners for NBIA and NADCure. And we hope that you are following us. But if you're not already, after our presentation, please make sure to go and follow us so you can stay up to date on what we are doing. So one of the simplest ways to fundraise on Facebook is through the fundraiser component of the Facebook platform. So what you see here is how you can create a fundraiser. So there's a couple different ways for you to access fundraising through Facebook. The simplest way is to go to our page and click on fundraisers. And then you want to click on Create New, which is going to bring up a new screen. So on the left side, you are going to fill out some information in order to create your fundraiser. Now, a lot of this information is pre-populated, but you can change pretty much anything to make it unique to you and your cause. And we encourage it in order to get your audience excited about what you're raising funds for. So you can change the dollar amount that you wish to have as your goal. And during your fundraiser, you can also increase your dollar amount as you get closer to encourage more or larger donations. You can also set the duration of how long you would like your fundraiser to run. Now, the maximum amount of time Facebook allows you to have a fundraiser is 90 days, which may feel too long for you, but if you want to create it for a month or a couple weeks, make sure to change that. Then The section about why you're raising funds is a great place to personalize your story and share the reasons why you are connected to the cause and why you want to help with the fundraising. There's also a place to put a photo. Now, there's a stock photo, which is our Facebook banner, pre-populates, but you can change it to a picture of anything that you want. So here are some examples from iNADCure. Now, people know Facebook fundraising mostly for birthdays, but you can do it for any occasion. You see here the little cutie with the leprechaun hat on. This was a family in Ireland who decided to celebrate St. Patrick's Day by hosting a very successful fundraiser for iNADCure.
And here are some examples from NBIA Disorders Association. On the left, you will see a birthday fundraiser hosted by Jenny and Maddie. That Maddie has BPAN, and they do a very successful birthday fundraiser every single year for NBIA Disorders Association. So her community already knows to look out for that. And on the right, we have an event that was created through Facebook. This was an event that was created by our Houston Sydney Song and BPAN Tribe event. So each event that we do, we create this event on Facebook, and then you're able to invite all of your friends that are on Facebook, and you can also share this through text messaging, email. Anyone who has a Facebook account, you're able to send it through various channels to get them to either say they're interested in the event or to go ahead and put it directly on their calendar. So it's a great way to keep people abreast of what's happening in your organization or connected to upcoming events, and you can send out reminders. And then after the event, I usually like to put a little post after the event that says thank you to everyone who attended, along with some great photos. So personal pages on Facebook. What is a personal page and why do we want to use one? A personal page is one that is created just for your NBIA individual. I have created one for my daughter, Sydney, and we called it Sydney's Song, a BPAN story. This Facebook page was the launching point for our Sydney Song charity that we created for her. So you'd be surprised what just taking this small step of starting a Facebook page for you to update your community, your family members, and anyone who is connected to you and your family who might want updates as to what's happening in your life or within our communities, the INAD community or the NBIA disorders community. You can post and repost important information on personal Facebook pages. I really enjoy Sydney's Facebook page. I like to share information about her milestones, a little bit about the struggles that she might be going through at a certain time, but I really like to share just her happiness and how much she impacts those around her. And this is also another example from the Mighty Quinn, a BPAN story. They also use their personal page for Quinn to update their family and their community, and they do a lot of frequent posts as well.
And here is an example of a personal page for a family with a little girl with INAD named Aria. And here I just want to point out that Aria's family have decided to include a logo, which is something that we encourage to brand your fundraising efforts. And if you are not a graphic designer or you don't have someone that you're connected with, iNADCure is always happy to help with that. So you just reach out to us and we'll work with you to create a logo so that you have a unified presence across all your platforms about your fundraising.
The logo that we created for Sydney's Song really was a launching point for us. And we said, wow, it's kind of like a brand and it's something that people can see. And when they see it, they go, huh, I've seen that before. Like, I know what that is. It's a way to connect. Thanks for sharing that.
So just a quick little glimpse into some Facebook tips that could help you when you start your fundraising efforts. You always want to stay on top of people's feeds. And we hear sometimes, my family is so busy, I don't have time to write captions and edit posts, and we understand that. And so you're welcome to share any of the foundation's posts to your page to keep your friends and family updated on what the foundation is doing for the cause, as well as keeping your page at the top of people's feeds. I also want to point out that when you do Facebook fundraisers, there's lots of benefits for the donors. One is that they can be anywhere in the world and they can donate in their own currency. And Facebook does not take any fees. So 100% of every dollar that we raise on Facebook comes to us. And finally, it just doesn't have to be you who creates your birthday fundraiser. Reach out to your friends and family around their special events and ask if they'd be willing to create a fundraiser for the cause. And that way we can really build momentum on Facebook to raise money for these causes.
So now we're going to discuss Instagram, which is another wonderful social media tool to utilize. And the really cool thing is that it speaks to Facebook. So you can post on one platform and it can automatically sync to the other platform. Instagram tends to reach a younger audience and tends to also be more visual focused, where Allison and Amber discuss personalizing fundraisers and really making it your own story. You don't need to use as many words for Instagram. So in some ways it's faster if you don't have as much time to dedicate to it. These are some examples of posts and stories that we've used on Bizoo for Leo. The one with Leo really is an introduction to him, what his story is, what the medical status is, why INAD is important not only for the children, but also for the grownups who are genetically linked to the children. So the post really is you can see there are not that many words, but it's a quick summary of why treating and hopefully curing these children is very important. And then stories is an even faster mechanism to do that, where you don't actually have to use any words. You can post, you can repost, you can tag. This is an example of a collaboration that we did, and I tagged someone who just posted or reposted a post that we had done. So it's a fun way to engage with your followers and to spread the word even further.
On Facebook and Instagram, you can use a donation sticker. So just like you can add a heart or a happy face sticker to your stories, you can get an I donated sticker as well as a donate sticker. Here on the left, you can see that here for Oh My Baby Doll, that they are raising money for Dahlia for NBIA disorders. And all that Jenny had to do was put this sticker on the Instagram story, and it allows her followers to just click on the donate button and donate directly to NBIA Disorders Association. And once they've done that, it then allows you to have access to an I donated sticker to use on your Instagrams.
One of the biggest tips for Instagram is to repost. If you can engage your followers and encourage them to post on your behalf, then you're not only reaching them with the initial post, but you're also reaching their followers and vice versa. It becomes a recycling symbol of a process that's taking place. So I encourage you to look for posts that are either dedicated to you or that could perhaps even encourage your followers, whether it be a quote or a nice visual. Again, it's really a concise way of targeting people who may be interested in what you're trying to say.
The last platform we're going to talk about is Twitter and LinkedIn. I don't think there's more to say, but the fact is that you really do want to utilize every social media platform that you are linked to. So if you have a Twitter account or you have a LinkedIn account, go ahead and post on there as well. The more platforms that we use, the further our reach is, the more community that we are likely to reach. Because some of our friends may be Twitter users, some of them may be Facebook only users. And so we want to make sure to reach our entire community. And so we want them to be able to have access to all of our information at just a click away.
And so there are lots of ways to raise funds beyond just social media. So that certainly is one important tactic, but we're going to look at a few other ways that you can raise funds. One fun way is through cause-related marketing. And so that's when a company gives a portion of an event or a sale to our cause. So we've had several INED families do some really successful fundraisers through Pampered Chef, especially around the holidays. And a percentage of those parties that were held virtually come to the cause. And you don't also have to use large national or international companies. Maybe you have a family member or a friend who has a smaller business who can host a smaller event or give a portion of their proceeds for a service to the cause. In the middle example, this is a small English language tutoring company who dedicated a portion of their sales for a month to INABCure.
On the right, you can see the City Song event that we held at Kendra Scott. Kendra Scott is an upcoming jewelry organization, and they are popping up stores all over the United States. And they do give back events all the time. They're super simple, and all you have to do is reach out to them and ask if they'd be willing to host one on your behalf. Another one that we've done a lot is Tips Treats. It's also local in the Southern United States.
So if you aren't already, make sure to use Amazon Smile every time you shop to raise funds for NBIA and INABCure. You see in the middle a post reminding people about Amazon Smile. This is an example of a great post to repost on your pages to remind your friends and family that they can donate to the cause year-round. Now, to access Amazon Smile, it is currently US based for us because we are a US registered charity. You'll go to the URL that you see on the left, and then you just search for your charity and select it, and you shop through the URL every time. And if you are an app user, you just have to make sure that Amazon Smile is on in the settings of your app. Now, you may think, well, this is such a small percentage, but it really adds up over time. INABCure has raised over $1,700 just by our friends and family using Amazon Smile when they shop for us.
So similar to what Allison was saying about Amazon Smile, affiliate marketing is another way to generate sales for your organization. We have been using Share a Sale in order to utilize a partnership with Etsy and Mary Mary most recently. And then on the right, you'll see we are affiliate partners with bookshop.org, which I really love because a percentage not only goes to the cause, but it also supports local bookstores. So double win for that. And then direct partnerships is slightly more specific in that it's more targeted, and that Share a Sale, the affiliate marketing, you have a larger umbrella in which you can reach out to. It's an entity that is purely there to help you partner with similar or like-minded businesses that would like to work in that manner. Whereas a direct partnership, you must reach out directly to a business, whether it be a large-scale business or a convenience store down the street. It really doesn't matter, but you have to be the biggest advocate for your organization and approach people and say, I would love to do a partnership with you, or I would love to do, an event with you that benefits the cause. So these two examples, we've worked with Harmon, which is a bag company, the most beautiful leather bags, and a percentage from every sale automatically goes back to the cause. And then Fine Living Gifts, the box you see are these amazingly curated boxes, pretty much for any occasion, either single boxes, bulk form for a party or an event, and similarly, a percentage just automatically benefits the cause.
All right, so now we're going to jump into another huge piece that's important to our organization, and that is raising awareness, because we know without awareness, the funds can't come in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is merchandise. Merchandise can be extremely beneficial to your organization because it does allow you to get your organization's logo out there, or if you've created your own logo, it's fun to put it on anything and everything, and people want to support you. And there are a lot of different virtual platforms that you can use to create merchandise that will do self-fulfillment for you. So they'll handle the shipping and everything. All you have to do is create a logo, and you can put it on anything. I really enjoyed using Custom Ink. They have a great design lab that's free that you can create any logo you want. And it's very user-friendly. You don't have to be a graphic designer to use it. I use it all the time to create t-shirts, and you can take that design that you make and save it as a PNG or an SVG file on your computer, and then you can use it on any website you want that you like for merchandise. For NBIA Disorders Association, I know we've used Bonfire in the past. We've also used Totally Promotional. And we've also reached out to local vendors. We have found that the local vendors are usually your best bang for your buck. They want to help out. They want to know what they can do to keep your costs down in order to be able to give back the most that they can to the organization. NBIA Disorders Association launched two different shops. We had one for the holidays where it was like a holiday gift guide. We had links to t-shirts and candles and wreaths and anything that individuals might want to purchase online around the holidays. And we made sure that everything was able to ship, and we were able to get a percentage back from that holiday gift shop that we had. We also currently have that you can all find on the conference website. I know if you go to nbiadisorders.org, you can find a link to the official merchandise here. So anyone that attends the conference gets a $10 coupon to use in the NBIA Disorders Association merchandise store. So there's a lot of cute stuff in there with stickers, and there's some type logos and buttons, t-shirts, hats, lots of really cool stuff. So check it out. The next thing we wanted to talk about with raising awareness, we found the most important piece about raising awareness was the personal connections that we were able to make with individuals virtually this year. A lot of this was done through social media, but we wanted to make sure that we weren't always just sharing our stories, that we were really reaching out and connecting with others. So some of the ways that we did that most recently were that we wanted to make sure that we recognized our donors regularly. So those people that donated to our birthday fundraiser, or those that decided to sign up to be a monthly donor in honor of your child, we made personalized Facebook and Instagram posts that say thank you to the individual for donating to, this example here is a long list of Dahlia's Partners in Hope. These are all monthly givers that donate to NBIA Disorders Association every month in honor of Dahlia. So it was a fantastic way to boost the connection that we had with people, and just to give them a little, you know, a pat on the back and a shout out for going the extra mile and donating every month. Sharing your personal connections includes sharing your story. People want to know how things are going. Do we always want to share our sob stories? No, we want to share the happy moments too. But along with those happy moments comes real life as well. Definitely utilize pictures in as many posts as you can. People are visual stimulants just in nature. So to be able to see a picture will catch their eye a lot faster than just words. Another key thing that we have done is we have published books. I know that I had self-published a book called Sydney's Song, and this was done through a simple website called selfpublishing.com. And I was able to go and find a freelance illustrator and pay him outright to illustrate my ideas that I had for the book. So it was actually very simple to do. And me being from an educational background, I knew that this was something that I had in my wheelhouse. So I went ahead and went for it. Now I know that maybe a golf fundraiser is not for me because I'm not a golfer, but I know that I work in education, and this was an outlet for me to be able to share and say, this is something I really want to do. Let me figure out how to do it. And I know Emily did one as well.
Yeah, very similarly, we also self-published a book. As you can see, it's called Bisou for Leo, keeping the branding consistent there. And we utilized friends and family. A dear friend of Leo's mother wrote the book, and Leo's aunt actually illustrated the book. And back to many slides ago, we have it up on bookshop.org. So 100% of the proceeds benefit the cause, but I think we technically double dip there because we get a percentage from bookshop.org as well. Next up, we have publicity. I think it's really important to utilize publicity both on a local and national level. Similar to how I was speaking with just go to a convenience store and see if they'll partner with you for an event or a fundraiser or give a percentage of a sale. It's the same way I would approach press. I would start with your local news affiliates and see if they are interested in telling your story. And from there, you can expand out. I think both are very valuable, and you shouldn't cross one out because you have access to the other. I think everyone should try to utilize their platform as much as possible. You can see examples here. We had an LA Times Daily Pilot article coming out of Costa Mesa. We've had People magazine. And then here is an example of Leo's mother recently being on the Kelly Clarkson show.
On the local level, you will see a quick snippet of just the local news station featuring Sydney's Song. So we're going to go ahead and show you two clips, one at the local level and one at the national level, and we hope you enjoy them.
Hold on nice and tight.
Sydney Denton has a smile that can light up a room.
You're doing great, sweet girl.
She loves to sing, dance, and play with her brother.
She's one of the sweetest girls I've ever met in my entire life.
We created the Sydney Song charity. I knew that I had to do something. I couldn't just sit back and be helpless. I named it Sydney Song because that's her favorite thing to do, is to sing.
She likes to sing songs to herself in the mirror. She sings stuff like ABCs, Baa Baa Black Sheep, Wheels on the Bus.
Sydney's Song started as a Facebook page, an online community to raise awareness of BPAN, but it quickly turned into something much more.
And that really did morph into the Sydney Song charity from there. We hold annual big fundraisers that have silent auctions.
So far, Sydney's Song has been able to raise nearly $70,000 for the NBIA Disorders Association, which supports BPAN research. And Sydney is now the star of her own book.
By creating the Sydney Song book, I really wanted to showcase that Sydney was just like everyone else. Even though she can't speak to you, she can communicate in a way that she knows, and that's through singing her favorite songs.
Sydney's family is hopeful that as genetic testing becomes more advanced and awareness of BPAN grows, a treatment will one day be available.
Not just hopeful. I know that there will be. It may not be in my daughter's lifetime, but I know that everything that I'm doing right now is gonna benefit our community in one way or another.
And they want other families dealing with BPAN to know they're not alone.
We've actually been able to connect with 5 other families in the Houston area. We just started doing our fundraisers together, so we have created the BPAN Tribe, that we have a small community here in Houston when there's so few of us in the world, is very heartwarming.
An organization that raises awareness and funds to help find a cure for INAD. We benefit the INAD Cure Foundation. We started the Instagram page, Bisu for Leo, at Bisu for Leo, which has various people and celebrities posting their Bisu and to help raise awareness and hopefully kiss INAD goodbye.
Oof. Well, anyone can support this important cause by going to Bisu for Leo on Instagram right now. Please do. And I want to help spread more INAD awareness right now. So Leo, this is for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deborah. This is a very hard thing. I can't even imagine.
All right, I hope you enjoyed those videos as much as we do. All right, we're going to talk about some other ways that you can give virtually to your favorite organization. So the first thing that we'll talk about is monthly giving. You heard me talk about the Dahlia's Partners in Hope that she featured on Facebook. And that is one of our big ways for sustainable giving for our organization. We were actually able to triple our Partners in Hope, our number of monthly givers for NBIA Disorders Association, just by being a partner in hope in honor of someone. So as soon as we allowed the community to be able to say, I want my monthly gift to be in honor of Sydney, or I want my monthly gift to be in honor of Dahlia, our monthly donations just started rolling in at a rate that we had never seen before. So again, just attaching that personal connection to the monthly giving was very successful for us. Another very simple way that you can give to an organization is by going to their allocated giving pages. You can give to an established giving page, or you can create your own. There are many BPAN families, this is just the example that I chose, that use our Salsa Engage platform. And all you have to do is visit nbiadisorders.salsalabs.org/hope, and you can donate directly to NBIA Disorders Association. On that link, you can also click a fundraise for this organization button, and it allows you to create your very own page, just like I did for Sydney. And we have BPAN for Bryn, and we have one for Alyssa. Dahlia, and for Bella. These are very simple to make, and you can have them open, I believe, up to a year. And they do have fees, just like most giving platforms do, with the exception of Facebook. But they allow you to reach out to those community members that do not use social media. So they can just donate directly online to your Salsa Engaged page.
So similar to NBIA, INAGCURE uses a platform called Network for Good. And to create a fundraiser for INAGCURE, you just go to the URL that you see in the bar there and click the blue Start a Fundraiser button. And it just takes a couple minutes to input your story, your fundraising goal, and some pictures. And we encourage families that are fundraising on Facebook to also create a Network for Good page. One of the benefits is that you will get a URL for your page that you can use when you go and reach out to media or when you do an event to put on your merchandise or your invitation that will drive people to this website. And so I just want to touch briefly on employee or matching giving. And that is when a company matches a gift that an employee makes. And some companies even match spouses or retiree gifts. So it's a great way to increase your donation to the cause by accessing these additional funds. So when you make a donation or when your friends and family do, remind them to check with their employer if they offer a matching gift program. And there's the box with some really startling statistics by Double the Donation, that there's $7 billion of matching gifts that go unclaimed each year. So this is a really tremendous way to raise funds for our causes. So a lot of companies are moving away from doing paperwork for these and onto an online platform. So if you or a family member reach out to the HR department and are told that, yes, we do have a matching gift platform, and they direct you to use an online resource. I wanted to mention that the largest one is called Benevity. Very, very large companies tend to use it, like JetBlue or Visa. That's where their employees get channeled through. Both NBIA and INAGCURE are registered with Benevity, so it's absolutely no issue for us to get these matching funds. So we encourage everyone who has access to them to please do so.
And the last thing we're going to talk to you about are virtual events. This allows people from all around the country to participate in an event and a fundraiser. Emily, you want to talk about the Halloween walk?
A Halloween walk, because that's what we did. We walked, and we utilized a platform called Pledge It, which if you've ever done a dance-a-thon or a jog-a-thon or anything with a variable involved, it's basically a virtual version of that. It allows friends and family to pledge a financial amount in exchange for whatever the variable is. So in this case, we did miles walked while trick-or-treating, and we picked something that we assumed people would be doing anyway. So why not utilize an opportunity like that and raise money for the cause in the same breath?
That sounds so fun. One of the big virtual events that NBIA Disorders Association is doing this year is our $1 Million Bike Ride. We've participated in the $1 Million Bike Ride for the last 5 years, and it's always held through the UPenn Orphan Disease Research Center. And they put on this bike ride every year where participants go to UPenn and they participate in this bike ride for their favorite charity of choice. NBIA Disorders Association has been chosen 5 times to participate on behalf of BPAN research. This past year, due to the pandemic, the 2020 bike ride became virtual, and we were all really nervous about how that was going to work out. one of the fantastic things about the $1 Million Bike Ride is that you can matches up to $30,000 that's raised by the organization. So this gives our organization an opportunity to raise at least $60,000 for BPAN research, which is a huge amount of money, and it's a big event for our BPAN community. So we were, like I said, nervous about it becoming virtual, but it was a hit. It was so cool to be able to watch people ride on their Pelotons and their stationary bikes and riding their tricycles with their kids or adaptive bikes around their neighborhoods, or just taking a walk in a stroller and participating that way. It was very touching to be able to have people donate and participate at the same time from Germany and France, when those people would not be able to actually participate with the exception of making a donation. So it was really nice to be able to see our supporters from around the world actually be able to participate in that event. And the great news is that the virtual $1 Million Bike Ride 2021 is happening right now. So if you would like to participate, you can go to NBIAdisorders.org, or you can go to milliondollarbikeride.org, click on Teams, and search for NBIA Disorders Association. You can register to ride from home, or you can register to fundraise. And they have a lot of fun weekly challenges that you can do. Overall, it's just a very fun event, and our community looks forward to it every year. Well, we really hope that you were able to have a takeaway from our session, and we hope that you enjoyed what you heard and what you saw, and it gave a little bit of light into your fundraising efforts, maybe some ideas or ways to grow your campaigns, or even begin your very own campaign. And we all are here to help you in any way that we can. And we just want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today.